Everybody, happy knitters out there. Several people have written me with questions about some of the techniques I use in my Not Just Plain Jane Knits patterns. One of those people, Jackie Proco of Massachusetts, hi Jackie, this is for you, asked me about rosebuds and suggested that I make a YouTube video. So I consulted my very techie friend, also a Jackie, and she agreed to film me doing some of my techniques. So I'm going to start out with rosebuds, the way I do rosebuds. Now I have my instructions in front of me the way they appear in my designs, and it makes reference to a stem stitch. 2 stitches before a stem stitch. Now let's stop right there for a second. People have written to me asking, what's a stem stitch? I know popcorn stitch, I know blackberry stitch, I don't know stem stitch. Stem stitch is not a stitch per se. It only refers to this vertical line made by doing a knit one in the back on the right side of the garment and a purl one in the back on the wrong side. That's all, that's your stem stitch. So going back to the instructions, 2 stitches before a stem stitch. I've got 5 purple stitches before my orange stem stitch, so I'm going to purl, and I'm on the right side working on a field of reverse stockinette, I should mention that. So I'm going to purl 3 of those stitches, which gets me to 2 stitches before my orange stem stitch. So 2 stitches before the stem stitch, insert crochet hook at the base of the stem. Oh, let me find my place here. Draw up a loop loosely, yarn over and pull through the loop 3 times. So here's the base of the stem. I go right through the knitted fabric, pick up my orange thread. You can also do this in one color, by the way. Draw up a loop. Now when I draw up that loop, I want that loop to fit, to approximate the height of the right hand needle, not be down here and not be up here, in other words. So I'm about there. Then I will yarn over the hook, and that's one phase of the first leaf complete. Now I'm going to go back into I'm using slippery needles here, so I'm going to have to juggle a little bit. I'm going to go right down to the base of the stem again, draw up a second loop, and yarn over through that one. Now I've got 2 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to do it a 3rd time. Try not to lose anything. It is a little awkward, especially when you're working in front of a camera. Now I've got 3 loops. Now I'm going to yarn over and go through all 3. And I'm going to just place that 1 loop onto my right hand needle and snug it up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my main color, which is purple. And referring back to the directions, it says, place the stitch onto the right hand needle, repeat the process 2 stitches after the stem stitch. Well, I'm not after the stem stitch yet until I get over to here. So I'm going to purl 2 purple, background color, take that same orange thread and knit that stem stitch through the back loop. Always twist your threads on the wrong side, but if you're attempting something like this, you already know that. Bring the purple forward and purl 2 purple. Now I am, in fact, 2 stitches after my stem stitch. So I'll take that orange strand again from the stem and insert the crochet hook to the base of the stem, but this time I'm on the left side of it where I want my leaf to grow out of. Draw up a loop, make sure it's tall enough but not too tall, yarn over through the loop once, insert in the same place, draw up a second loop, yarn over through the loop, that's 2, insert in the same place, yarn over through the loop, that's 3, yarn over through all 3, and then right onto the right hand needle. No twisting or anything. Now, that's the beginning of your rosebud. You've got your stem and you've got a leaf on each side. Now, we're going to pause the tape, I think, because I'm just going to go and complete 2 more.